goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now Carr to try again after the pick six. Flushed out right. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On second down, here's Carr. Over the middle, complete. It's Patterson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Offense faces a third and medium with 6 yards left. From the gun, it's Carr. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Here's Marquette King now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on fourth down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Freeman again. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. And that will stretch the lead to 3 scores now at 19-0. So they get the 3, increase their lead to close out the half.
Excellent way to end a drive. Going to the locker room with a little bit of extra momentum after adding 3 to their total.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Carr going to throw. And Cook has it left side. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. Lynch busting free. That good for 19 and a first down.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan. 2
big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Throwing now is Carr. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On second down, Lynch. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
I didn't have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the fourth quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that. Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground, and now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
Now on fourth down, Jack Del Rio's going to send on the field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a...
Devontae Freeman, they're not going to get him. He's at the 40, 20, 10, touchdown, Falcons. Devontae Freeman, 88 yards, and the Falcons will extend their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now here come the Raiders. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Here's Carr. Caught left side to Crabtree. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Get set. We're waiting. Right now. Check me out. We got 3 down. Later one.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down.
Well, if we had any questions, that run kind of answered him. He's still Marshawn Lynch.
Hasn't lost a thing, maybe running with a renewed sense of purpose and energy after that year off. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now Carr. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, they'll get the yardage, but they hate to see him take that hit.
You're always trying to cool off a big-time guy throwing the ball, but you have to know when to back off, pull up, and not hit him. There's the penalty.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Let's go. Tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Go.
On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running.
And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Khalil Mack coming in in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, off goes Matt Ryan, and on is another Matt Bryant. And Bryant's kick is good. And that will push the lead up from 26, and it grows up to 29. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. What's that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They start the drive with Lynch. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk about football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Give them 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. They set up the screen to Lynch. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
They'll set up the screen to Lynch. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. Dancing to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And this is going to be incomplete. A gutsy call by Jack Del Rio, but it does not pay off. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And some room to work. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Cook. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Ready.
A 20th carry now for Devontae Freeman. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Strong left. Strong left.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Here's Matt Bosher now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And this one's high, but not very far. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And they're going to go soft on the corners. They go play action here on first down, escaping the pressure right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Carr will try it again on second down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Throwing his Carr on third down. Cooper's got it. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Watch tight end, watch tight end. Tight right. Now, 180.
Carr to throw again. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brooks Reed in there to bury him for a loss of 11. On play action, now Carr. They'll roll him out right. He's going to let it fly. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Raiders on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be third and a mile. Play action. Now it's Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Get down. Check 4.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Vic Beasley coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They take over with great field position. They've got the big lead. Most would say they should kneel it, but the key word there is should. You never know here.
You never know. That's the exact play that should happen. But some people like stats. You know, some people like to put more things up on the board, but kneel down is usually the right play here.
We'll see what they do in this situation. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Tight on this side, boy. Tight on the left.
They toss to Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
I wonder how they did it. I wonder if they twitched a little bit up front, you know, a little subtle head movement that the officials didn't detect, but they got it.